Hello, Princess, and welcome, members of the court. I am at Bal Harbour, of all places, I know, because why not? I decided to start here because I think it's worth pointing out that I have a better parking experience as a Universal Premier Pass holder, or even at Disney Springs, than here. And for a premium mall, outlet, whatever this is, oh my god. Yes, the car has a big engine, but it still uses liquid fuel. What is this, like 1800? Well, pay to park here, and I just noticed nowhere does it say how much parking is. We will have to come back here because, of all things, they have a bucket hat. Where I am here, Bal Harbour is the, I guess, ultra luxury mall in South Florida. It is open air, it's quite nice. It's been around for quite a long time, 20, 30, maybe 40 years. And they have the above and beyond brands, the kind you don't find at the regular consumer malls. So, pro tip, if you want to tell the people who actually shop here from those who don't, or those who don't really care, shoes. Just look at the shoes. Gelato would be a good first quest. I apparently ended up on the second level of the mall, and like most X's, I don't know if it's bigger or smaller than I remember. Of course, we're going to talk about something super important, but nothing heavy today. I want to congratulate Rumble for their new website. It looks nice and pretty. It's a lot more, let's just say, fluid than the old one. So great job there. But you still got a ways to go, seriously. A lot of people still agree you are the best chance there is to take down YouTube, but you got to focus on a couple of things, and I'm telling you, you need a recommendation engine. That is the most glaring gap, because the chronological order, I get it, everybody understands it, it's easy to say, it's you can't play favorites, but that means users, viewers have to go and look for things specifically, and that's kind of a pain because a lot of users, even me, don't necessarily know what I want to watch, and I admit it, I like the recommendations. They don't always fit, but sometimes get close enough to where I end up watching what is recommended. It's not that hard. The way you can differentiate yourself is by not really hiding the algorithm, because the algorithm does not have to be as complicated as Google and YouTube have made it. They make it complicated so there's a lot of knobs that they can turn to, well, be Google and YouTube. Open source it. Explain how it works. Explain how most everything works with a couple of vagaries so you can combat the trolls and the spam. We get that. Everybody understands that. But the reason people don't like YouTube is because of the mysteriousness of how it works. It doesn't have to be that way. It's basically just search. Everybody knows how it works, then everyone will be happy. And, well, we can discover new things because that's kind of how people expect it to work. And you're never going to be able to really take them on unless you kind of do what they do. I know that's a terrible thing to say, but it's the reality. It seems they've conveniently scrubbed all the information about parking from any source, so I don't know what I'm getting into. And yes, I get it. It is one of those situations, if you have to ask, that's not the point. I just want to know what I'm getting into. Aha! Turtles! And I guess this is where the full-priced small children are. Fun story, I remember a while ago, when I actually used to follow some of these brands. This was when the euro was not doing so good. And I was in Italy, and I was taking note of some of the prices that they were charging, like, over there on the continent. And, well, honestly, I realized, and I was told friends this when I got back, that it would have been a lot less expensive for me to refresh a seasonal wardrobe by flying to Europe, buying all the stuff, and then flying back than to come shopping here at the shops anywhere in the States. And I'm pretty sure, like, Bal Harbour was open at that time. I may have been comparing it to them. I don't know, but the euro was down a lot this summer. And I remember we could get, like, you know, legitimate, like, Ferragamo loafers for, I don't know, like $60 with the exchange rate. And it's crazy. So, I don't know. No, now I'm not going to bother. Perfectly happy with my Epcot bucket hat. Oh my, I think we found the back alleys of Bal Harbour. Yes, we get it. But let's not forget that the fastest production car is still an electric family sedan. One thing I'm pretty sure I didn't mention last time we talked about this, or last time we talked about couture, was I do appreciate the art in all of this. This is art, and it's just as much art as any painting or sculpture you will find. So coming to places like this for me is like visiting a museum. And I will say one thing about couture, you know, high fashion, all that stuff. It is essentially very accessible art. A lot of what we would call traditional art is out of reach of a lot of people, but buying designer labels, even, you know, those for the consumer, is a way for a lot of people to buy and wear art. And, you know, people who like criticize like fashion and all that stuff, I think they kind of have lost that perspective. So yes, I appreciate the artistic creation in all of these, but you know, I don't want to carry it around. I have seen people with gelato, and I've walked by the restaurants. I've done 2 levels. All right, I guess we have to go all the way to the top. And goldfish. Well, I know they're not goldfish. Speaking of art, Rumble. Another thing you really, really need is a music library, because you're not going to attract a lot of creators. You're not going to get a lot of creators to switch over, or at least upload their content to Rumble as well, because it is very easy to get tied into the YouTube music library. And that is a huge barrier to entry that YouTube has created, and it's something you absolutely have to eliminate. The only way to do that is create your own music library, but it's got to be better music. It does not have to be as deep as YouTube, but it has to be better. The individual tracks have to be better, and the licensing can be very simple. You know, it's a perpetual use license, and you can also upload the video to YouTube, but it also has to be on Rumble. So if you use something from the Rumble library, you can use it on both, but the video has to be on Rumble as well. That would make it a lot easier for creators to at least bridge the gap. And yes, a goal would be to get creators, well, hooked on your music library, but, well, if that's what it takes to get this phase of the job done, then, well, that's what it takes. Get working on that music library, and I think you'll be surprised, or at least I hope you'll be surprised with the results. Or pleased with the results, yes, pleased. Pleasantly pleased, more than pleasantly pleased, thrilled with the results. Option A, might as well check out the rest, but this one is made with love, not chemicals. Access member suite, a private suite at a mall. Oh boy, we are going slightly overboard here, but that's the symbol, but that says on access. So is it on access or just the access members suite? Come on guys, just look at things, please. It's very curious how perspectives change, because now when I see this, my first thought is Wiener Prater. Okay, no, I was never into it this much, but I don't know, it is my size, and Pikachu. Dang, I forgot to check if that was the retail price or the sale price, because it's 75% off. Ooh, I don't know. Would fit for my next trip, but no, and thankfully I will only be there for a couple of hours. So here's the problem. This is really nice, but you know, say what you will, nobody does merch like Disney. Descending down, I think upstairs was the men's floor. All right, well, +1 for Bal Harbour. You actually can check how much your parking is online. So at a tally of only $3, I think I'll take a walk. I do have a few more steps to get, and I'm gonna head down to the Haulover Inlet, a place I have not been to in a very long time. See what's going on over there. I have no idea what the sea state is, so this will be just as much a surprise to you as it is to me. Not that that means anything to most of you. Our destination, Haulover Inlet. It is very, very calm today. The breeze is very gentle, not even 10 knots, and it is a flood tide, so the waves are not here. I'm not gonna say this is disappointing, but it is a bit more exciting when there are waves. There's plenty of YouTube channels who show a lot of fun action around here. I'm gonna walk out to the end, and well, I haven't done that in a while, so that's why I'm gonna do it. Last time I was here, this was closed for refurbishment. They finally got it fixed. I mean, that was 20 years ago. Could have opened last week. Oh well, yeah, he's just cruising through. And the flag. Nope. Well, that's the end of the line. Fishermen are out, and every time I see them heave the line, I duck, because I think they might be casting, and I don't want to get caught. I'm gonna head back now. It is still a very beautiful day. Or maybe just watch a few of the boats. The only time I was ever concerned driving the boat was a little bit here, but more heading in up at Fort Lauderdale, even though it's a much larger inlet. The conditions were such that you couldn't really tell how things were until you got into it, and by that time, sometimes it's better to just keep going. And the issue was a little bit of a balance thing, nothing that could have been taken care of sooner. Well, could have been, but everything worked out fine, so I guess that's what we have to remember. Okay, I'm going to, well, yeah, I said I'm going to head back. I'm pretty good on steps. Glad to see this is back in action, even though it's been quite a while since I've been here. Should ride the bike up here sometime. Let's do that. Probably too far to see, but on the right is Celebrity Apex, then New Statendam, and then Celebrity Equinox, leaving Port Everglades. I can see the ships here better than Port Miami. Walking back, just as good a time as any to finish the last thing that we're going to talk about today for you, Rumble, and that is banned videos. This is just for fun. I think it would be great if there was a way to highlight videos that were banned from other platforms. And realistically, the only other platforms would be YouTube and TikTok, because a creator mentioned, oh, this video got taken down, it got flagged, or blah, 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 blah. And everybody wants to know what it was, because maybe we missed it. Maybe that's the one that surfaced, the one letting us know, and they can't put it back up on YouTube, but, well, guess where they can put it. Now, I get it. This might be a little bit touchy. You know, some people might be reluctant to do so, but there's got to be a way to do it without exacerbating the ire of the overlords. Not that we should really care that much about it, but they can be quite vengeful. I think it would be fun, because I really want to know what they don't like, because it's probably right. Oh no, I have to walk under the big scary bridge. Oh god, who could be hiding under here? No, it's just waterfront apartments. Still only halfway back to Miss Liberty 2, but well, she's perfectly safe where she is, so I'm not really worried. But it is getting close to my dinner time, but I had such a good time talking to you about all these things and visiting Bal Harbour, a place that I haven't been to for years, and looking at the art. We'll show you something up here too, because yeah, that's what fashion is, and reminding Rumble what they really need to do to take on, well, the tyranny. Actually, you know what, they've not been having a good time lately. Maybe we'll talk about that later. But as for art, there is art on the street, and this is, well, yeah, I don't know. You know what? We'll save those comments later for a New Tech exclusive. Even though I'm going to be late for dinner, I have something very delicious planned, something I've been craving for a long time. A little bit naughty, but not too naughty. I'll have to wait until I get home. The traffic could be another hour. Oh my gosh. But hey, you know what? I'm here in this beautiful little enclave where there's still a lot of traffic. But because I am here, I can be so very thankful for my problems. And that was just a treat.